Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today I'm filming the Batik journal that I made at the beach. This is one of a series of many journals. I'm not sure what number we're on. This might be number 6. There were a dozen journals and I'll probably film about 10 of them. A couple of them my sister gets first dibs on. So this one, what I've done is I've let the cover set the tone and the personality of each one of the journals. And this one with this batik fabric on it, I feel like this is sort of a bohemian, eclectic type journal. Obviously, if I was doing it myself, I would stick with blue, right? That's my style. That's what I like. But in this kit, I've put in a variety of different things and the purchasers can use them in this book, throw them out, whatever makes them happy. Maybe if you're a green lover, you would want to go this direction, pink, or you use them all. I'm going to flip you through the journal. I haven't worried about including paper to make tuck spots and pockets and that kind of thing. I mean, obviously you have lots of cards and tags and paper, but everything would match this. So that's not a concern. You don't have to worry that you don't have matching paper. As we flip through, you'll understand that. This might take a while, so get some coffee or some tea and relax. So the cover is some kind of cardboard, 2 layers glued together, covered in fabric, stitched with embroidery floss. And then on the inside, I have a paper that I just love. I think it's a graphic 45. Now, what I will tell you on this journal is I was experimenting and learning. This one doesn't lay flat really well. You'll have to sort of fight it a little bit like I do my July daily when I work on it. But it's so pretty, I don't worry about it. It makes up for it. When you're putting your journal covers together, be sure to build them flat and then bend them to make sure that they work. I think what I did here was at some point I bent it and then stuck this on. So there's just no coming back from that. There was one that was so bad I had to take it apart, but this one I think is fine. And if you don't like this journal, that's fine. I'll keep it and love it. So I have scrapbook paper right here. It's kind of neat. This is, the graphic 45, real rich texture. And then this one has a bit of a sheen and shine. There's a variety of textures in this journal, makes it wonderful. Here is rice paper, some sort of handmade looking wonderful goodness. Then a bit of fabric. See, it's a really eclectic journal. And this is stapled to some gray cardstock. So on the back of this would be a good one to put a pocket or a tuck spot or something. My allergies are killing me, you guys. Then here, another scrapbook paper. This one's really thick too. So these thick papers are the opportunity for tuck spots, tags, putting your trims on them so that they stick out. They'll hold their shape and not get messed up. This is just deliciousness. It is wonderful texture and color. And I think this would probably be my inspiration point for this journal. So I might bring in a bit of the purple and the green and the yellow. Probably not so much the yellow, let's be honest. Sorry, Cheryl. Then here, those 2 meet, and that's fun. And the back of that is gorgeous. And just some white thin paper and an envelope. I'm going to go ahead, just in case some beginner that hasn't seen this video buys this journal, I'm going to make these pockets for them. Simple as that. Now, this envelope is a pocket. And so is this one. You could tear those. You could cut them shorter. You could cut them. I would probably make them 2 different lengths. Here's a scrap that is just in there. And this one's sewed in. We're going down the other side of that signature. So let's skip ahead a little. Then this is the first page in the next signature. It's a fun, messy gel print with stencils and scrapbook paper. I think this one I dyed. So the back of it is a faint light blue. And a nice clean piece of white paper, very smooth. This is a blue with a touch of green and the polka dots. And then here you have the light blue paper that I tea dyed. Ooh, sheet music. Sheet music just makes me happy in a book. Just about any book I want to put it in. Blue stripe. This one is close to my heart. It's medium thickness, and on the back has a bit of orange. See all the fun patterns I tried to bring into this to make it really, really, there's no limits on this one for sure. This is a pearlescent paper. You can see it on the back, and then it has a bit of something blue. You never know in my room. And an envelope. This one is actually falling apart. I wouldn't glue it down. I might open it up and use it as a tip out. More going down the other side of that signature. Let's move it along and find the next one. Ooh, that is just a gorgeous place in the journal. I love it where all those patterns come together. And then the green is showing a bit here. I think I would probably shorten this page down, either tear it or move it down with a ruler and tear it off that way so that this showed more. That's why I don't like all my pages the same. See, like that. A fun little book page with some blue ink on it. A gel print with orange and blue on deli paper so it shows through. Another envelope. Let's snip that one again. And these envelopes were, I don't know, they were a whole, I was supposed to mail a bunch of things and I didn't. So I took paint and just used them as brush cleanup, and they turned out fun. Look at this one. This could be a July daily. It could be a winter December daily for a blue lover like me. It could just be a book that sits on your shelf and makes you happy. Here you could leave this as a tip out and staple some stuff or put some paper to journal, or you could close it up, glue here and glue here, and it would be a pocket. Or you could just rip it out. If there's something in here you don't like and it doesn't speak to you, but you love everything else, then you just take it out. You just say, nope, I don't want that page. Oh, look at this one. This one has a bit of like magenta, and it's pearlescent, and some black. Adds more interest. Same thing here. You could tear this right here and just have a fun piece of green and then use this elsewhere, or you could attach something here. I tried to do a better job in this journal, remembering to not necessarily cut the pages down to size, but allow some tip outs. Sometimes you get on a spree and you're talking with your friends and you just cut everything the same size. Ooh, look at that. Those two pages layered together. I don't know if camera does it justice. And then ta-da, this was a bag from Chico's. I think Noni gave this to me and I had it for like 2 years. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Look at this. Yeah, I won't be sad if you don't buy this journal. I just can't keep all the beautiful ones. This is gloss spray on deli paper, so it has a really nice texture and a bit of sheen. I really tried to use a variety of papers in these journals that I made, the multiple signature ones, so that they just, each page can be a fun surprise. And here, another tip out, and this is gloss sprays with a stencil on top of a paper that I dyed. And that one's thick too. You could staple some stuff to that one. Here's the other side of the bag. And that fun rice paper. Is that rice paper? I don't know if that's what that's called. You guys don't quote me. This is some sort of fancy stationery. Like, remember 100 years ago? But it has a little bit of a texture. I like it. It's cool. Polka dots. This is the envelope tab glued to a paper with mixed media on it. Super thick mixed media paper. And some of that blue paper, some more scrapbook, some clean white. Oh, I love that. Graphic 45, and then the other side. You could glue right here and make it a pocket. You could leave it a tip out. You could just tear it off. Whatever you want to do. Here's a great big envelope. The top is open, so you could go like this and leave it like a two-sided. You could cut it across here at an angle. Isn't that window fun? The windows are great to show photographs, sentiments, a certain phrase in part of a poem, whatever you want. I'm going to take it out so nobody feels like it has to go there. There's the other side of a window, so you have, or of the envelope, so you have a smaller section. And those, look at the pattern on that security envelope. That is a fancy security envelope. So if you liked that, you could just cut across the bottom and leave it open, and then you could see it. It's your journal, you do whatever. Here's an envelope. I would cut this one down here just because it's kind of hard to access from there. I would cut it and use it from this way. More of that cool texture. Some swirly paper. I love things that are swirly and asymmetrical. Look at this. It's a gel print with black and green and yellow. Kind of picks up some of the colors in that paper. That's how it made it in. Look at that one. It's cute. It's a little cutesy for this book, but I love it. And it's super sturdy. And then here is some fabric. It's not the same fabric, but I would guess it's the same fabric line, same producer. So the fabric pages are fun to staple stuff to or just leave in for texture. You can leave them plain, a pocket or a tip out. And we're coming down the back side of the signature. And there it is. So that journal has all sorts of goodness, and I think it has some room to work with. If you wanted to thin it down, you could tear this off, get some of the bulk, same with the green one, and then you could add more. I don't mind what they call like a crocodile mouth journal. If I filled it up and it sat like this on the shelf, I'd be kind of proud of myself. And what I find is over time, they squish down. Like this one sits like this, even with a giant paper clip in it. But if I wanted to thin it down, I could take a few things off. But this is my December daily, and I love it. Let me show you. When I put stuff out to go in these kits, I don't stop and count the pages. I don't think about how many items. I just say, would I like that if I was working on it? Yes, I think I would. So I'm going to show you, and there is no obligation. You could take all this stuff and say, it's horrible. I don't like it. I would never put it in the journal, but I want the journal. Hey, that's your deal. Whatever. Okay, I have a lace. I don't feel like this would be a super frilly journal, but it could. Maybe somebody wants to go in that direction. Then I have torn bits of the fabric. These are great for tag ties. Like you could put it in here and have it be the top of the tag if you like that style. Here is a trim that you could use for tags or glue onto a page. If you don't have a sewing machine, which at this point it'd be a little tricky to sew them on, you could hand stitch or glue these to the edge of your pages as you see fit. More scraps for you to do page edges or tags or whatever, or embellishments. A chunk of this fabric. The triangles of all these that I cut off when I made the corner of the journal. I just tried to throw them in if I had them. The years tell us much that the days never knew. This tag is flimsier than I think I would like. I might back the back of it with something and journal on it. This is a fun thing that I made and it didn't go anywhere. It has crayons and brads and mixed media goodness. I think I would use this as a pocket on a page. I'd probably put it down in the corner and might round off that edge a little. But that's what that is. Here's a couple pages with some quotes. Be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. After a storm comes a calm. A few more tags. I thought this one was cute with all its different patterns and then the blue and purple. And this is just goodness. And look at it. Not that it's a matchy-matchy type journal, but I think it just inspired me to put in a lot of cool papers. If you want more cutesy, you've got your doily. This is also just an interesting texture for a journal that has a lot of texture. This is some sort of fancy paper. It came this way, and the sheen on it is nearly blinding. And I can't even describe the color because it's a little iridescent. Choose to shine. Keep room in your heart for the unimaginable. You could choose one of these for the cover. You could put them on the pages, however you see fit. Funny, proud, faith, good, awesome. And then it has journaling on the back. And then we've got a couple of other sentiments in different colors that may or may not speak to you for this journal. Take time to laugh, for it is the music of the soul. Be your own kind of beautiful. These are the moments to remember. I love the colors on that one. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Maya Angelou. You probably knew who that was. That's a pretty famous one. This is a pocket. Actually, I'm going to glue this together just in case somebody less experienced gets this. So I'm going to make a pocket here, and then I'll put the little tag Not that I want you to think it has to be there, but right there so people understand. And then, I don't know, I might find something to put back there. So this is a pocket and this is a pocket. And then you could glue it to a page. So I'm going to set that aside and work on it. A fun texture to make embellishments with. A bird to go on a page or embellishment cluster. Some hearts. I have a lot of the color category of blurple in here. This is a fun one. It's a paint pour, like the trash from it on the paper that was the, cleanup paper. And then I die cut a piece of it. This one's thinner than a lot of the ones I save like that, but it just has a lot of neat colors. Happy Place, homemade for you. Now this, what I like about this is the stars and the border. So I've used some of these and I cover up the homemade for you and just have that fun border. Washi tape, in case you don't have washi in your stash and you want to do some page borders or stripes with it, or you want to attach tip out things. There you go. This is an envelope that could be glued to a page or sideways or however. A little glassine envelope, same idea, just making things for your pages. And then these are all just things I included because I thought they would be fun to make embellishments with or layers and help things pop. Simplify, Today, Happy Place. Let me get you zoomed in. There you go. I'm using a different camera mount, so hopefully I've been on screen. So these are just things that I think would be fun inspiration points. And when you look at the colors of this journal, they spoke to me. These are charms. This is an owl, and look at this. For a batik journal, it just made sense to me. And these could be attached with string or thread or a stapler. A stapler is really my favorite way. You just staple right through there. Thank you, Gigi, for teaching me that. So that is everything that I would include in this kit. And you can either message me on any of my platforms, or you can wait for it to show up on Etsy. But honestly, I have a lot more fun things on my schedule this weekend than taking pictures and putting things on Etsy. So Etsy's not really working out for me that well. And I actually have already sold one of the journals. So if you just want to message me, we'll do it that way. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.